Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome to my honest review. In this case, Destiny 2. So, some of you guys know I played Destiny 2. I played Destiny 2 a lot. Destiny 2 is one of those games where it's an online MMO, technically. Though it doesn't really officially say it is. Basically, it's a first-person shooter where you collect loot. So it's a shooter-looter. So to speak, where you go, you collect, as you can see here, different types of guns and, well, your ghosts, which we'll get into. Collect things and basically make your character better and better and better and better and do more and more challenging things. There is a campaign. There is multiple add-ons. So there is the Warmind add-on, which adds Mercury. There is the Osiris add-on that adds Mercury. Wait, did I say Mars? Sorry. Warmind was Mars. Osiris was Mercury. And then the last one, which was the big one, Forsaken, which adds the Tangled Shore and the Dreaming City and a bunch of endgame content. So, what is my honest opinion about Destiny 2? Well, first off, I want to talk about the casual player experience in Destiny 2 versus the dedicated, I'll call it, the hardcore gamer. First off, two different experiences altogether. For example, the hardcore gamer does things like the raids. For example, we have the raid down here for Leviathan. We have the Dreaming City raid, for example, right up here. The Last Wish raid. We have things called Night Strikes, which are under the Vanguard stuff here. You know, in the Prison of Elders. Oh, there you go. Prison of Elders. Nice. Overall, we'll say the more dedicated player, the more long-term player, the hardcore of players in this game have a lot of things to do, right? There's all the whole leveling up of gear, getting the optimized rollouts for every single gun, every single piece of gear, every single thing in the game, collecting everything. One of the good things I like about the game is they did add in, well, obviously there's a collections option. So you can see here, for example, I've been playing the game. I would be classified as a casual player. I have 26 of 122 exotics in the game. I have 227 weapons out of 384 in the game. I have almost 250-ish pieces of armor out of almost 1,000. So I'm not even a quarter of the way. I've got 26 of the 47 ghost shells available in the game. I've got 38 vehicles of 85 vehicles available in the game. And I have 130 pieces of flare of 359 in the game. So right there you'll notice a couple things. Number one, the armor is a little deceptive. The reason why armor is deceptive is because there's three classes. If you play only one specific class, which most casual players will do, well, they'll have one specific player, and that's the one they play once or twice a week. They'll have, you know, some of this stuff here. You know, they'll get their armor, so to speak, and their faction stuff. Which is cool, because if you look under Hunter stuff, for example, I've got, I don't have this. I have no idea what that is. I'll have to figure that out. Oh, competitive, there you go. I don't have this. I play a couple hours a week initially, and I took some time off, stopped playing. So as a casual player, this can be really, really daunting, collecting of gear and things like that, and weapons and all that stuff, because the way the game is designed is specifically for the hardcore player, right? Like the casual player really kind of gets left out in the lurch. So I already mentioned a whole bunch of stuff that the hardcore player can do. Casual player, for example, if you're not in a, we'll say, how do I put this? In a large group of clan, a team basically, you're kind of left out in the cold. There's a bunch of stuff that you probably are not going to be able to do, which kind of sucks. But I mean, unfortunately, the hardcore, we'll say, group within the pretty much almost any game really has this thing where if you're not on the game playing it 4 hours a night, 5 hours a night as the game that you play, you kind of get left behind. People will be like, well, if you're not on, we're going to go do this thing, and then, you know, you've got to figure out how to do it on your own type thing. Which, for some people, that's going to suck. For me, that's one of the big problems why I haven't done any of the raids, for example. Since I'm not a member of a group, which some people will say, well, that's my fault. It's, you know, it's... You know, go hard or go home type thing. Don't play the game if you're not going to play in a large group and do all the end game stuff. Kind of sucks, right? Like, I'm more of a completionist. I want to have just everything. I want to collect it all. I want to do the Pokemon Lego-y thing where I just have everything and I can look at it and just slowly run my fingers through it really cathartically. My girlfriend's giggling at me right now. I love you. So, for a casual gamer, this kind of sucks, to be honest with you. The way I look at it is, it's like, if you're a casual gamer, yeah, the game's fun. There's stuff to do. There's always stuff to do. But you're never going to get everything. You're not going to be able to do everything because there's a cap, a limit to how far you can go if you just want to play casually. Once a week, twice a week, even 3 times a week, in my eyes, is still casual. And you play a couple hours each day. So say a total of like 6 hours a week. We'll say anything above that is a little bit more hardcore. You really won't get that. You'll get stuff done, but like I said, like if you look at some of the amount I have. So if you think about this, the total items I have is 704 of basically of almost 2,000. I'm not even halfway. I've had the game since the beginning. The game's been out for quite a while now. And I don't have that much stuff. Even with my other characters on my Xbox. Still don't have that much stuff. To be 100% honest, I don't mind it. But I do feel like this game has a significant detachment between the casual gamer and the hardcore be-all, end-all meta team player. Now, if you're that type of person, cool. All power to you. But I found that there's a significant detachment, especially now with the most recent announcements with the patches coming live on October 1st. Basically what they're doing is they're going to give everyone a floor power of 750. So if I go to my character here, for example, after a couple years of playing, I finally, as a casual player, get to 750. Pretty proud of it. Took forever. I got myself up to 300 when 300 was the max. Playing by myself. You know, took a long time. But I was like, wow, I did it, finally. Then when they bumped it up again, played a whole bunch of it, got it up to 600. Pretty happy with that. And then now, I'm at 750. I haven't been able to get past 750. I think 750 or 800 is it, but then there's a limit to how high you can get when you just play by yourself. So there is that limit, which I'm not a fan of. So if you are the casual player, there's a soft limit as to how high you can get your stuff if you don't play hardcore, which sucks. I understand it's a reward for the more hardcore players, but then you're also giving your casual players a limit, which is not the best idea. When it comes to events and things like that, as of recently, I've just been noticing as more and more events occur, there's becoming more and more of a divide between a casual player and what they can get done and a hardcore player, what they can get done. And that to me is the big problem, especially with the game going free to play in October. The moment the game becomes free to play, you are going to have a ton of casual players starting. You're going to have a ton of hardcore players, brand new ones that'll be coming in and playing and getting, you know, just sucked into the game's mechanics and all that stuff. But the big problem is going to be that divide, right? Every game is going to have that problem. And I think that is something that they hopefully in the future can kind of get over. Overall, it's a good game. Honestly, I like it. I play it. I'm more of a casual person. It's fun for casual players. It's fun for hardcore players. It had its bumps early on. Now it's gotten a lot better. The way they're going to be monetizing it once it becomes free to play in October is actually a good thing. Where basically you buy skins if you want for weapons and all that stuff through the Eververse store, like it is now pretty much. And the other way is to spend money on the expansions, so Shadowkeep, Forsaken, and all that stuff. But it's only for the content associated with missions and adventures associated with those. If you have just the free version of the game, you can still go to those areas. You can still do patrols in those areas. You can still do stuff in those areas. You just can't do the missions, which I think is really cool. And then over time, I'm pretty sure they're going to slowly release those to the public. Probably every year. So once it's been out for a year, they'll probably be like, okay, so now everyone that bought it can now have it for free. Or no, sorry, anyone who didn't buy it can now have it for free. It's been out for a year or two now. Here you go. Yeah, I do like their events. When it comes to every year or two, every couple months they have a big event. Like they just had the solstice for going over the last year of victory and things like that. And you got a really cool set of armor. In the armor, you can still actually level up. I'm still kind of working on it, actually. I'm trying to do this thing right here. Get my Valor reset for Crucible. Fingers crossed, but don't think it's going to happen. Overall, it's a pretty good game. If you want to buy it before it comes out, and play it before October 1st, buy it. If you want to wait till it's free, wait till it's free on October 1st. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.